Be careful with those money exchanges you find there. People try to change your money into Kenyan currency. They ask for a dollar or Ugandan shillings to change to Kenyan currency, that is Kenyan shillings. Those people, they have bichupuli, they have fake money. My main point is be careful at the border. Be careful with Kenyan police. Be careful with Uber, cyber cafes, the people around the American embassy. Be careful with them. Because these are the scenarios which we go through, most of us. Hi guys, it's Aaron Intende. Hope you're doing well. And today I got a very good message for you guys. And in particular, this is going to the East African people. However much you're not East African and you're within the region, and that's where you're going to do your interviews. Those who are going to Kenya, Nairobi, American Embassy for their interviews. So you have your Nairobi Embassy, Kenyan American Embassy as your interview location. So if you're coming from Dubai, you're coming from Uganda, Rwanda, Tanzania, you're coming from Somalia, Southern Sudan, Northern Sudan, you're coming from Congo, and you're gonna do your interviews at the Kenyan Embassy, American Embassy, Kenyan Nairobi American Embassy. This is what you have to know. So, my main point is be careful at the border. Be careful with Kenyan police. Be careful with Uber, cyber cafes, the people around the American embassy. Be careful with them. Because these are the scenarios which we go through, most of us. Those who are already in America and those who are already in Uganda from Kenya and those within Kenya at the moment as I'm speaking, they are going through the same issues. Why? Because you Kenyans, you know, if a person doesn't speak Kiswahili, you take advantage. It's not every Kenyan will take advantage, but this particular group of people, the ones at the border, the Kenyan police, the Uber, the taxi, cyber cafes, those people always hanging around the embassy, they take advantage of us. And we are not happy. However much we got to deal with them, to go through, to get our interview approved or in place to finish the dvlottery period, like going to the IMO for the medicals and to the American Nairobi embassy for the interviews. First of all, at the medicals, I will tell you, these are the securities we find at the medicals. Number one, I don't want to forget this. The securities like money too much. They ask for money. They beg. They are beggars. Those security at the IMO, the international IMO for migration, that hospital, the well-known hospital for migration, the international, something like that. Those securities, they ask money too much. I know could be because they are used to getting tips, could be because they need something, because they know at that immigration, international organization for migration, that is IMO. So when you go there, you find like security is too much of Mpaya account. That is in Uganda. I don't know. They call Chidogo. I don't know. But they always ask for something. You know, we are also there to be uh, to go through the process of medical checkup and being satisfied with our medical vaccinations, and we are there. We come from far. Guys, when you reach there, expect this. They ask for money. So I will not I will not say a lot about them, but I didn't want to forget it. I want you guys to go there knowing that they also need something. Unless you got something, please give them. But they ask too much. If you don't have them, sometimes you feel like they bother us so much. The other point I'll talk about, starting from the border. So from the border, this problem is both sides, from the Uganda side and from the Kenya side. So my big problems I came across is there is a long queue. There is long queue. There is congestion. There is everything. You get tired when you're there. You feel like you're not gonna get through to the other side. The process, I don't know what goes around there, but there's a lot of people at the border. I don't know if the buses are always going there at the same time. It's horrible. It's terrible. With my experience, I reach there. I have my child, I have my wife, and I have documents which I have to prove to them that I'm going through, because I never wanted to leave my documents in the bus. So I carried my document on my backpack. So whatever they ask me at the border, I have to provide proof that that's what I'm gonna do. And they ask you, you tell them I'm going for an interview at the embassy. They need proof. Then they stamp for you in the passports, because I use the passports. And when you reach at the embassy in Kenya, you give away your passport. So some of us had to come back to Uganda to stay in Uganda, then wait for the passports to get the visa for like a week. So I had to bring back my family. Then I had to come again alone. So when we reached the border coming back, they say, we don't have proof that you went to Kenya. So where are your passports? I explained to them the passports are at the embassy. And I had evidence to prove that I went there, I got the interview there. I had that evidence. But they said you had to take a copy of your pass, the stamps which I got into my passport and my child's passport and my wife's passport. I had to take a stamp. Sorry, I had to take a copy. I had to go and photocopy it and show them. So they had to take some money from me because of those silly reasons. If they get a certain, if you don't have what they need, they will always want money, and they take a lot of money. I'm telling you, they take something like two 200K. Man, when you're dealing with diverse visa, there's a lot of papers, there's a lot of needed money to cater for other stuff. But you are here coming from Kenya without your passports, and they're asking you for evidence which you can't provide because you left your passport there. So they're asking for money again. Yet this process is taking money. This is horrible and this is terrible too. We don't like this kind of things to happen to us. So guys, I'm advising you, when you're going to Kenya, use your Ndagamuntu. Use your IDs, the national IDs. Better use your IDs because once you leave your passports in with the embassy for the visa stamping, you won't be able to show any proof that you went to Kenya. You won't be able to show that you went inside Kenya because it was stamped in the passport which you left at the embassy for, unless you're staying in Kenya for another week to wait for your passport, which is uh, which is money consuming, time consuming, and you don't need to spend 7 days waiting for passports. You come back home, you wait from home, then you go again when you're fresh, when you're prepared. And most of us have families, so you can't wait from Kenya for over a period of 7 days, which will lead you to be costed money, and money for food, money for transport, everything. So guys, that is one of the scenarios which happens. The other scenario is about the what? The Kenyan police. Okay, the other scenario I would tell you is when you reach the border, be careful with those money exchanges you find there. People try to change your money into Kenyan currency. They ask for dollar or Ugandan shillings to change to Kenyan currency, that is Kenyan shillings. Those people, they have bichupuli, they have fake money. You might think they are giving you real money, especially those who are not indoors, because there is those money exchanges which are inside the building. Those are okay, you can change from there, but still the rate is so high. Bakukuba kumutwe. The rate is so high. The rate is so high. It's cheating still. And what I advise most of Ugandans to do, or Rwandese, or whatever, change to dollars while you're in your country. Change your shillings, change your mafaranga, change your to dollars, then travel with the dollars through the border. Make sure you have a few of Kenyan money so that you can buy food at the border, because at the border they are still cheating. If you bring dollar or Kenya or Ugandan shillings, they will cheat you. They will give you a terrible rate. Those people selling chai, selling food at the border, they cheat. They don't care. They cheat you because you're there in the night or there in the morning going to Kenya. They know you're kind of stranded. You cannot do anything. You need to take tea. Then it brings me about the border guys in Kenya. Those the motorcycle guys, they cheat a lot. If they see you there stranded, you trying to reach a certain place and you're there, they will take a lot of money. Imagine if it's a place whereby he will take 50 50 Kenyan shillings, he will take 500. He will take 10 times more. He will take 10 times more, 15 times more, 20 times more. And it's unbelievable because you don't speak Kiswahili. They will know that, you're from Uganda. They know. They will see and there's Ogambachi. Then they'll start from there. They will all come to you. Hey, I take 20, I take 15, I take this. Then at last, they will charge you more still. So guys, be aware of that. It's happening to us a lot. And those are our people. They need money from us. They are using that opportunity to take money from us. So carry money. Hey, it doesn't mean you're going to pay for dvlottery alone. The Kenyans are waiting for you because diverse visa lottery is at their embassy and they need that money from you because they know you are a foreigner. You have money. That's how it goes. So guys, other point is, try to use, there's an app called Bot. They said you can use that to buy stuff, to get a Uber. Use that app, those apps which are used, or get someone who can help you in Kenya. Those whom you know, like in my case, I got someone I know. He got me accommodation. He got, whenever I needed Uber, he got me Uber for my family, and we went wherever we were going. So that I was happy to have somebody to help me, because they would take my money, they would charge me a lot on my accommodation, they would charge me a lot on the on that private taxis, they would charge me a lot, which I was saved by having someone in Kenya, a Ugandan in Kenya, help me a lot. Thank you, madam, if you're watching this. So guys, try to use those apps and try to have someone you know to help you. If you're looking for accommodation, try before you reach even in Kenya, book an accommodation, book someone. You don't need to pay. In Africa, you don't need to pay while you're booking those. You can ask someone, I'm coming this date, I'm gonna pay you as I arrive. So, or else you go online and try to figure it out. Buying food, food is so expensive in Kenya. Food is expensive, and if somebody sees you like you're a foreigner, they will charge you more. Yeah, like at the border, the food there is so expensive, man. Border, that is Kisumu, Maraba, other the other side is called what? There is Maraba, there is Kusumu, there is what? How do you call it? All right, there's another one which I've forgotten, but still, they will charge you a lot at those borders. And then when it comes to the buses, which takes us, man, you have to be careful. I have a friend of mine just narrated this story that the bus spent 2 days, man. That it died in the journey. It died like 3 times on the way. That is horrible. That is terrible, man, to go through such a scenario. For instance, if your visa was in the same day, as in you have timed the bus to reach there at in the morning, you have timed it, it will reach around 5. So after, when it reaches there, you will get a boda, or you'll get a cab or a Uber, then it will take you to the embassy direct. What will happen? You will incur extra costs, and and it will be a lot, because you have to get something else to help you, because the bus is dying on the way. That means you have to get something else, you have to figure it out. And sometimes these buses are traveling in the night. Whom will you call in the night to help you? You're at the border and you want help. People are going to see this guy stranded, and they will ask a lot of money from you. It's horrible. I don't wish it happened to you. So guys, some of you, I would give you advice: travel 3 days, 2 days before your medicals, before your interviews, before whatever you have to do there before, because you're giving your time to prepare, time to get rest, and time to organize yourself and even feel confident. Because you cannot travel and you reach there, you lose confidence. You will forget some where you put your stuff, where you put your papers. You forget because you're panicking, because there is no time. If you travel like in the day, in within one day you have your interviews or medicals, you're gonna panic on the way, which will lead you to mistakes. So avoid that. Travel before 4 days. Travel for 4 days, reach in Kenya, enjoy your life in Kenya, enjoy the process. Kenya is so lovely, and I'm planning to come back when I'm fresh, uh when I'm fresh. So guys, the other one I'm talking about is around the embassy. Around the embassy, the scenarios which are happening there is the security at the embassy is professional. They don't ask for money. They're not like the ones at the IMO, the international body for migrations, whatever. So the security is so good and professional. They have guns, so you don't play around with them. They are so strict. They have to follow the rules. The issue I found is at the bus station. First of all, you know about the Kenyan shilling. You have to know, get a little bit of knowledge about how the rate is from your country to the country shillings or to the Kenyan shillings. Like the buses are like going back to Uganda and coming, it could be around 35,000. So I'm gonna talk about two things. The accommodations are good. The accommodations are good. May I got whatever I paid for. The reception is good, though still expensive. Kenya is a little bit expensive, but you got to spend when you reach Kenya. In Kenya, you got to spend. You got to live your life, comfortable life while there because you expect yourself to go to the interviews and whatever. So the police, I had a scenario about the police in Kenya. Like a friend of mine, a selectee, reached in Kenya at night and he was trying to get an accommodation and the police found him. Then they said he's gonna be penalized for moving late in the night. How can you do that to a foreigner who is new to the country? You have to be mindful with them. You have to be okay. You are the police, but try to ask someone. You try to help instead of taking his money. Like they had to charge him for moving around in the night. So, guys, that one will happen to you if you don't know Kiswahili. You can't explain yourself in Kiswahili. You try to talk in English like I'm Ugandan, I'm this and this. They will cheat you. They use opportunity to take money from you. Yeah. So the other one I wanna talk about is yes, the food is expensive and it's not that nice. The one I ate and a few of my friends were complaining. But I heard from Kenyans that there is restaurants which have good food still. There is, which I did not see, but there is. So in my place, I cooked my own food. So I had my wife cooking, and we go out, we buy, we come back, we cook. And when you go to Kenya, know one thing: don't take your buvelas. They don't deal with polythene bags. That one, leave it in your country. Ugandans don't go with polythene bags to Kenya. They don't deal with them. They are polythene bag free. Yeah. So, guys, I think I'll stop with the scenarios that happened around the embassy. First of all, when you reach the embassy, first of all, before going to the embassy, this Uber guy is taking you to the embassy and they already know they're going to the embassy. If you don't use an app to order Uber, even those ones you get on the app, they try to cheat you. They try to add something. They try to cheat you. Like, for instance, a friend of mine told me they charged him a lot of money to just go to the embassy because he took a private taxi. A lot. I can't mention that it was a lot. Then it comes to the time when the embassy asks you to go to the cafe to fill your to correct something in the DS-260. Those guys, they will charge you where they could charge you 10 Kenyan shillings or 1 Kenyan shillings, they will charge you 1,000. They will charge you 1,000. They know those are their opportunities to get money out of it, to squeeze money out of you. They know they are dealing with foreigners, they are dealing with people with the same problems from the embassy. So they know whoever comes from the embassy, that is their money. They squeeze money out of you. Unless you can solve your problems alone. So, and when it comes to entering the embassy, they don't want you guys to bring with your bags. Ladies' bags, please don't carry. Men's backpack, please don't carry them to the embassy. Try to carry a folder where you can put only those particular documents which are needed. Your phones, you leave them at the second gate where they put the phones, but avoid carrying the bags. These bags, when you reach the embassy, they will ask you to leave it out. And there are guys there collecting people's bags. Put them in my vehicle. And you have to pay. You put, for instance, they ask you to put a big bag. If you have a big bag, you pay a certain amount. For instance, if a small bag is for $5, a big bag will be for $50. These guys are cheating. Sorry, if a small bag is for 5 Kenyan shillings, a bigger bag it will be for 10 Kenyan shillings. So for me, what I did, I had a small bag, I left it there, and I did not go back to get it because it costed me nothing to get and I could lose nothing. I would rather leave it to them. So they kept it in their boots, their trunk. So however much those guys are helping, they are charging a lot of money. Even they might end up stealing your property because you don't know. Which guarantee have they given to you that once you leave your laptop or your bag, your valued lady bag, to them, that you're gonna find them there waiting for you to give them your 10 Kenyan money, yet your bag is around 100,000 Kenyan money. So guys, you have to note these points. Be careful with them. Be careful. The cyber cafes charge a lot of money. If you try, and if, for instance, you're going to the embassy and you have money on your M-Pesa and they ask you to go and withdraw it, you will look for the place where to withdraw the money, and it's not very near. Some places are far. Some people are there to cheat you. They can say, okay, send it to me, but I'm going to charge you for giving you that money. People around the embassy, those Kenyans, they're not exactly at the gate, but they're at the side where there is shopping centers and in the parking areas. Every morning, that's their work. They wake up to go there and wait for the people having interviews with the embassy. Man, they are there to make money out of you. So I'm sorry, guys, to tell you that these people are cheating us. And those are my scenarios. Hope you guys have understood something. I've picked something out of it. And those who are trying to go to Kenya, try to use buses which are good. I will not decampaign some brands of some buses. I will not decampaign for them, but I will only campaign for a few buses I know. A friend of mine told me Metro is very nice, Metro bus from Uganda. I don't know if they travel to your country. The bus is good. Much cool, much power. That is my bus. That's what I used. So guys, with no more further ado, I will tell you guys, thank you for watching and have a good day. Have a good night. See you. Bye-bye. I love you. I'm Aaron Intende and this is my channel. Welcome to Aaron Intende. Please subscribe, share with your friends.